It is 7:45 or something. Kids are off at school. Everyone is still sleeping. I could have slept in, but I have a busy day today. So we're gonna make some coffee and get our day going. So I'll be sitting at my desk soon. Confession, my desk is messy. It's okay, I'll be cleaning it later today. I cannot be rude to myself and mean to myself about my desk being messy because it can easily be fixed. It's fine. Let's get to some emails. So I did some emails. I'm actually working on some thumbnails. Just mornings are really late evenings. I tend to be very creative, so I like to take advantage of those times as much as possible. So I'm actually in the process of doing a couple thumbnails just for my YouTube channel. I'm headed to get my nails done really quick and then shoot on over to a house that I rented out. We're actually doing the final walkthrough. The tenant is arriving in a couple days, so it's primarily just going to be myself and the tenant's agent. And then after that inspection, I'll head home. I do have the cleaning crew coming later at 1, so I have to make sure, since my family is home, that we all just kind of pick up our belongings so they can get the cleaning done. And of course, I'll just kind of be working from home. And I'm on my way to this house that I leased out. I'm running a little bit late. I would say I let the agent know that I'm going to be a few minutes behind. I said I'll be there soon, I'm on my way. I think the biggest mistake a lot of real estate agents or even professionals do is they don't let others know about the time. Like if you're going to be 5 minutes late, it's okay, just say you're going to be 5 minutes late. The rude part is not communicating. The biggest lesson you can ever learn if you're going to be a true professional and you want people to recommend you, refer you, want to do business with you, is you have to communicate. So if you send an email, I call or text, hey, FYI, I just sent you an email. If I'm going to be late, hey, FYI, I'm going to be 5 minutes late, but I promise I'm on my way. Or even for listing appointments, I message them. I actually have the automation where it notifies them and reminds them via email and text that, hey, you're meeting with Adela in an hour, just a friendly reminder. But when I am actually on my way to the listing appointment, I say, on my way, ETA, whatever time, 20 minutes, or, oh, hey, looks like I'm arriving early, see you soon. So I am just arriving and pulling in. Let's go show it. So I just finished doing the walkthrough. We are leasing this house out to someone for a few months. They're going to be staying here, but I have to say it's so sad. The realtor that I was just talking to is moving. He's relocating next week. He's leaving to Texas, leaving the real estate industry, and that is the new reality. So many agents are leaving the industry. Sorry, that was the dishwasher that's still washing when we were doing the walkthrough. When you do the walkthrough, you have to make sure everything functions. Microwave, refrigerator, oven, dishwasher. I digress. So many real estate agents are leaving the industry. And whereas I am trying to build this company, this business, a brand for myself, get to $1 million a year, and some agents just can't figure it out. And now I have to remove the sign that I had up for rent. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, the sign is down, so now we head home. So I am sitting in my car with my laptop in my driveway. Cleaning ladies are in there, my husband's in there, dogs are in there, kids are in there, and I have so many emails that came in. I was actually sitting here texting back and forth with the landlord, only for the tenant, for the lease that I'm doing, primarily because it's very dusty, like the countertops. like, you know, when you think it's clean, but then you touch it and then you have like dust all over your hand. That's kind of how the property looks. And then at a glare, you can kind of see the floor with like footstep marking, like old. So I just told the landlord, like, hey, it doesn't really look that clean. You're gonna have to send somebody else. So I've been texting back and forth, but I did also have some really interesting emails go out. So I do send the weekly email. I've been doing that for, I want to say since, oh God, what is it? Maybe like 8 months now. So what's nice about it is you just kind of stay at the top of mind for all past clients, potential clients, friends, family, just anybody you have really in your email database. And one in particular, clients of mine from many years ago, I see them often, we talk, text, you know, just kind of stay in touch, and they sent me an email and asked me about possibly doing leasing out their condo. So we shall see. That is something I do, especially if they don't want to sell right now, maybe thinking of selling in the future, maybe just want to see if they can get a little extra income. But it's nice because I, of course, am the real estate expert for them and the person they lean on. So it's nice to get that email. They are on my weekly email campaign. I actually saw them a couple months ago also. So it's nice to know that they are reaching out to me. So I've just been sitting here, and that's it for now. So I am setting up showings for properties for the family that's coming from Texas. So what I like to do is print every single property out, line them up in what I think possibly we can end up seeing the homes. And then I like to write up all my notes, write my little cheat sheets. For example, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 1-car garage, 1,454 square feet. I just mark 4/3/1G/1454 square feet, and then slash, and then I put the lot size. So I am just kind of doing my notes, doing my highlights. And then I also like to mark like which properties are vacant. So if we're running late on time or running behind, need some more time, whatever it is, I can kind of mark it like, oh, hey, this one's vacant, and we can actually go to this one or flip it and go earlier. And then the ones that are owner occupied, may be considerate with those and making sure we are on time, because you don't want to be late. Earlier is better than being on time or even late. So that's kind of what I'm working with. And then I gotta go back to that lease property that's 5 minutes away from me, just to check in on something really quick. And yeah, just another day in the life of a real estate agent. Well, I totally forgot to eat lunch, so I just heated up leftovers. I'm frugal like that. Going out to eat and grab lunch for me is a luxury, a pleasure. I definitely appreciate that. So I am gonna put my timer. I actually have to head out, and technically I have to be somewhere in 45 minutes. It's 5 minutes away, but I'm just gonna put a 30-minute timer. And that is who I love to listen to on a loop, just the one song, so I don't really have to pay attention to the words because I already know the words. I love her. She's my number one. I'm talking out loud here, trying to track this. It's trying to make sure that I show them the city if they want to see the city, the main central parts, aside from the YouTube videos that they've seen of me giving those tours. But they kind of want to see it themselves, like, hey, can we swing by? Do I have enough time? So I'm kind of thinking the first one, it's a 1 o'clock. The next stop is only 5 minutes away. Usually from experience, people are only in the property for like 15 minutes. Unless they really, really like a property, they'll be there for 30. So I like to average it out for 20 minutes. So if we're there from 1 to 1:20, and then we arrive at the next place at 1:25, even though I have it scheduled for 2, this one is vacant, so it's okay if we arrive early. Since these 2 are both in Oakland Park, I'm thinking, okay, it's from 1 to 1:20, get to the property, it's 1:25, maybe we're there for 20 minutes, let's just say it's 1:45. We don't have to be at the next property till 2:45, but it is a 30-minute drive, so that gives me a 30-minute variance in between, so we could technically drive through downtown, pull over, get out, walk a bit, and kind of see a little bit of Oakland Park. And then arrive at the next property at 2:45. It's just the one in that city. But since the next place is from Coral Springs to Pompano's 30 minutes, I'm like, if we're there from 2:45 to, I don't know, to 3:05, and it's 30 minutes, then that just means I have about 40, is that right? 2:45, 3:05, and I get there at 3:45. That's 40 minutes. So really, if they're like, oh, we want to see the center of Coral Springs, not a problem. Go to University Drive, go up and down, get out of the car, show them like the main hot spots of that city. Then we're in Pompano Beach for the first showing at 3:45, and again, 20 minutes. That'll be 4:05. And the next showing is at 4:30, so that's 25 minutes in between, and it is 12 minutes. That gives us 12 minutes, but realistically, since we are still in Pompano and the 2 cities are in Pompano, or the 2 houses are still in the same city of Pompano Beach, then afterward, after the 4:30, I can show them Pompano Beach. All right, so I went ahead and submitted all the showing requests. I have 3 out of the 5 confirmed. I'm waiting for 2 other agents to respond. One in particular is so silly because in her description she says owner occupied pets on premises, and then I requested and it automatically was confirmed, and it said, she gave me like the lock boxes. So then I just messaged her and I said, hey, I'm a little bit confused about this property question. Are there pets on the premises, or is it actually vacant? And she just responded with a combo locks. I swear, some of these agents, realtors, are so lazy that just drives me to be a professional and meet as many homeowners as possible, because you'd be surprised. Sometimes people know how their like friends or family or like an acquaintance actually is, and they just over time kind of weed them out and replace them with professional agents. And that is my goal, to be a professional agent and just to truly have that reputation of, oh my God, you hired her, wow, she's really good. So that is what I'm striving for, have a really good reputation long term, because I am in this for as long as I can see. This is my business. And interestingly enough, I was listening to a podcast on YouTube, and he talked about how his brokerage got bought out by Coldwell. And I'm not saying that Coldwell is necessarily going to buy my company, and I'm not planning on anybody buying my company. But at the end of the day, I was just thinking of systems, processes, procedures. If anybody was to purchase any business, they are buying the systems, the processes, the procedures, and of course the people. But I'm building something that anyone can replicate, like you, whoever you are who is watching, who is thinking, hey, I'm making like $60,000 a year, I'm making $120,000, like how do I scale? How do I make $250,000, $300,000? That's what I'm building, that's what I'm working on. So if that's you, if that's what you want to do, watch my mistakes, watch my little tips and tricks, and take anything you want. I'm sharing, no gatekeeping. I hate gatekeepers. I'm an open book. People call me and ask me all the time, and instead of one-on-one phone calls with you, I'm just sharing it to everyone. So if you know another agent in your office, or maybe a friend who's also a realtor who's struggling and trying to figure it out, feel free to share my YouTube channel with them. Maybe this will help them. I hope me going through this journey can help all of us figure it out. and no more gatekeeping. We're not competitors. There are plenty of homeowners. I'm in the mindset of abundance, not scarcity. Nice to have a clean house and somebody else doing it. Such a luxury. I'm gonna make some chicken dinner drumsticks, put it in the fryer, make some homemade mashed potatoes, make some of my homemade salad dressing with lemon, olive oil, onion, salt and pepper. The kids love it, with some romaine lettuce, cucumber, and carrots. So that's what I will be doing as I listen to my podcast while I cook. It's me time. Here are my drumsticks in the air fryer. Here's the beautiful homemade mash and a homemade salad dressing with a salad that the kids enjoy. So this is our table set up. Believe it or not, I make dinner 5 nights a week, and yes, we have this tablecloth and decorations, but realistically we always have the candles, plates. My husband is Swedish, and a lot of these traditions are from his upbringing. Lord knows this is how we do it. If I'm with my mother-in-law, and so it's been 18 years of this tradition, and it's always a nice setup with the candles, and it's family time, and we all sit together for at least an hour and catch up on our day and spend some time with our kids. So here I am, it's nighttime, and I am in the middle of editing this video that you're watching. I had a great day with the kids today. We had some fun after dinner, but I just gotta share that it's a grind. It's not easy doing all these YouTube videos and documenting this entire journey for everyone, including myself, and just have a documentation and record of struggling to get to where I want to be. It's a lot of work. So of course I do real estate, I outbound cold call, which is my bread and butter. I have my other YouTube channel, which gives me, helps lead generate. I have multiple avenues, whether it's sending a weekly email, having my website, staying in touch with past clients, and also having a second YouTube channel documenting this entire journey is a lot of work. So believe it or not, it actually reminds me of when I went to school full time and worked full time. Now I'm full time of everything, whether it's mother, wife, business, real estate, clients, everything, 2 YouTube channels, one of them being this one. It is what it is. But anyways, if you want to see this entire story unfold, maybe you can relate, subscribe to the channel or watch some more. Feel free to comment, reach out. I promise I won't be a stranger. Say hello.